Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Building Character, a show series where we're going to put people into situations where they're not too fond on and see how they go. Much like going to a theme park, we stand in line waiting for everything. Maybe. Today I'm joined by my good friend, my brother, the HBK to my Triple H, the Kenny Omega to my Kota Ibushi, Tim O'Connor of the Stand By Live podcast. Tim, how are you doing today?
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm doing all right.
We're doing great. So, obviously, first episode's been out. It has been received, which has been great. Which was done with my good friend, Alyssa, also known as Tamatsuki, essentially, as I jokingly said for that entire episode, my mum, because she was the person who, well, technically mummy, because she designed my VTuber, my PNG avatar tuber, but obviously, that's by the by. So today, we're going to have a bit of fun, and also have a bit of a memorial for an icon who sadly passed away on the day of recording. Bubba, rest in peace.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago from when we're doing this.
Yeah, it was lovely waking up in the morning. Oh, Iron Sheik has died. What? What is this nonsense? But, 81 years of age, and he's probably the icon of all heels in wrestling. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today. So obviously, Tim's new to this, and as you can see, we made a few heaps of people. And we're going to start off with designing Tim, how we're going to perceive him as a wrestler, and see where we go from there. Luckily, this time I'm smart. I've actually hit recording on the right thing. So, default Tim, essentially, he is based off of a mix of Dijak and Karrion Kross, both really great wrestlers who were in NXT for a long time, and now Karrion Kross now back on the main roster after being let go. Sort of imposing figure of just domination, primarily focusing on dangerous submission holds, and a very nice finisher known as Feast Your Eyes, which is essentially knees to the face. But we'll start with the most important thing, the face.
Yes.
So, obviously, without taking photos of everyone, default faces, kind of stick with the default faces. I'm actually going to quickly move that over there, so that should hopefully make it now go full screen. I could be wrong. But as I said, we've got default face over here, which no real change to the original. But we've got a few other more... But I was thinking that kind of... Nah.
That's a little too round to be my face.
Yeah. That one kind of suits. Would you say?
Yeah, we're getting closer.
Getting closer.
I think I'm echo. My sound is coming out somewhere and it's echoing on your end.
It's coming through with mine okay. I do have echo cancellation, so you're sounding pretty okay for me.
All right.
Trying to think. That one, me?
What's going on with his eyes?
Yeah, he looks way too tired. You got that one, which without taking a photo of someone's face and uploading it, you can only just really do so much with the templates.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got like the very Walmart version of Agent 47 there. But I think if it wasn't so rounded, we could I'll probably say even maybe kinda. Or should we just sit back to the default face and we just work from there?
Yeah, let's just work backwards from the default face.
Default face it is, and then of course you can go facial parts. So if you want to have two, you can have missing teeth. You can have the old shark grill. But I think we'll just leave it as is. You don't really see the teeth that much.
Yeah.
And of course, skin color. If you want to, so we can make you as we can make you the true Irish.
I am a pasty bitch.
So are we talking mayonnaise pasty, or are we talking a little bit more tan, almost? Would you say?
A little darker than that.
So if we got kind of. I mean, lighting's always a bit hard when you.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, that's pretty. That'll be all right.
All right. Now the next part comes, as always, when it comes to everything like that. We'll go with the body. So we're quite tall, aren't we? Almost like you said, we're about quite same height. I'm running about 6'4". You said about the same sort of size in terms of height.
6'0" actually.
Oh, you're 6 foot even.
Yep.
And obviously, we're going to say ideal obviously weight we can is always a fun thing to discuss with women and men. It's not really too much of a hassle. So we'll just say 225. Keep it that light heavyweight.
You know what? That's the general area I try to stay at in real life. So,
well, that's my dream weight as well, because that is that nice sort of talk. You can still be athletic, and of course, body wise, obviously we can only dream of what we want to look like. Yeah. We are both trying to lose weight. I mean, I'm trying so hard. And ice cream's looking good right about now. So, would you say sort of?
Well, I don't want to be. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, I don't want to be flashy about it.
You don't want to look. You don't want to look like the Adonis, but you want to be a bit more. You want to be realistic. Objects in the mirror may seem hotter than they appear.
Yeah.
But I think we'll do a little bit. Like, you still got that, but you're kind of getting there.
Yeah.
Easy. And then we go to so obviously, and then comes to the favorite part, which is always outfit design, because that's when you really sort of shine.
Well, no, we got to say something about that hair first.
Oh, that's an appearance, like an attire appearance.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start with the entrance attire, because that's where you always your first point of call. So yeah, you've essentially got the very sort of discount Peaky Blinder style fade.
Yeah, not under the fade.
No. So obviously, would you be a short haired, long haired, or would you want to go for a ponytail? Because I could go. We can
definitely not a ponytail. I keep it short.
What, we don't want to go the classic Chris Jericho look? That would nah. So we'll go sort of short. I mean, from what I've known, I've always thought that sort of, it kind of looks a bit more like video game protagonist.
Yeah.
And if you start going too short, you kind of get to the point you can get like, the really Scottish Celtic warrior mohawk. But there was a really good one I used to. I mean, that makes you look like a.
No, don't want the cow like.
Bit pompadour-y. We could bring in the Goku hair. The Super Saiyan Goku hair.
I had to figure it'd be there.
Yeah. I mean, your discount emo fringe. The hair can be weird. Or we can just go the mad mod.
Look, I've had a mushroom cut before. Never again.
Or I can make you the greatest hair ever made.
I will hunt you down.
Oh, because I still remember he was. Oh, I still love that.
That one's all right.
That one there. I mean, that kind of actually. If you did spike your hair up a little bit, that would sort of suit. Yeah. And of course, if you want, and apparently you can change your hair. You can actually change your hair material. So if you wanted to, we can make your hair blacklight or glow in the dark. But we'll go just now. And you've got a sort of a and it's sort of like a. I mean, we can customize your haircut if you want to. If you want to go like sort of the side of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I go. Yeah. It's about right.
Yeah. And apparently there's an option here for your hair shape, which I think at the moment at the back of it, because it's somewhat slightly short, you can sometimes get a little bit of a pattern in there as well if you wanted to, or you're sort of okay with.
Oh, you know what? Go back down a bit. Yeah. You
can't really see
up two and then to the left.
To the left, so the star.
No, the right. There it is. Get the Epcot print.
Yeah, of course. Standby line. We've got to talk about good old Epcot. Not sponsored, sadly. Of course, your eyes. You can actually, if you want to be really cool, you could go traditional anime weeb. Get some contacts in there, like discount Sharingan.
What is that?
Because there are some wrestlers who wear contacts for style, and there are some people who happy face. Although I don't know how practical that would be.
Yeah, how do you see through that?
You don't. Like you can see on that one. If I'll zoom in a bit. It's a white X. Like why?
Who's gonna notice that?
Exactly. Unless you're like right in someone's face. But I would probably say we'll probably want to stick with. We'll go with sort of. I mean, I can change the I can change the color.
Yeah, go one over from where it is now.
One over, left or right?
Left.
And of course, zoom in.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's gonna. So yeah, we can of course change the color. Go nice pink.
I wouldn't have even thought to customize the eyes separately.
Oh, you can. You can go extra star pods of heterochromia. But trying to think, what sort of color would you say? Would you want to sort of go for the green, or would you want to go brown, blue?
Yeah. My eyes are closer to a green.
Close to blue, bluey green. So, I mean, that's sort of that way. But if we go here, go to color picker, a bit up that way.
More green, less blue.
And we'll just go up that further, a little bit further, just so.
A little darker.
A little darker.
Yeah, that'll work.
Easy. And I've also realised because obviously it's different eye shapes as well. You're kind of a bit wonky. You're a bit wonky there.
Oh, jeez.
But now you're not.
Okay.
Now, would you want to go for any sort of facial hair with your design?
I like having a little bit of stubble.
So, should we go? Say we'll go the full beard, and if you say a little bit, something maybe something like that. Or would you say something a bit more styly? I mean, that looks.
Yeah, no, that.
No.
I mean, I do. Honestly, I do hate to say it, but that is closer to what my hair comes in as in real life than I like to admit.
Yeah. Should we go for the discount Viking?
I've been trying to pull off a lumberjack for years. It hasn't worked yet.
There you go, Southern General. Let's go. No, let's get. You said that's still. Yeah, what about that one?
Yeah, I can work with that.
Yeah, that's always good. And obviously, I have to get the matching haircut, and we'll get the matching color. Which of course we can. As I said, and then of course you can do all the fun stuff. If you want to, if you want to, get some face paint.
You know what? Sure. Let's see what we got.
So we can go sort of like a whole heap of wrestling styles. You got Jeff Hardy face paint, Psycho Clown.
Yeah.
Which, if you want, you can get like there's a few options through here which you can cut, but you can a lot of it's classic, like some old Uso style, stars. The famous the Joker's lipstick.
Oh man, that is bright.
Yeah. And there's a few options, but I don't think unless you want to, you can go even better and just go like a straight skull. I think that was a Finn Balor, I think, when he was a Demon King Balor.
You know what? I think I'm good. I'm good on tattoos.
Yeah, don't think you don't want any of those? No worries. Yeah. And then, do you think you want to? Because obviously, chest hair can be a huge thing, and you didn't want any tattoos, anything.
Well, let's see what we got on the back. We might be able to work with it if it's not the face.
Well, so we can. If it became down to it, and you want to make a custom image, I can always load one of those up here. But you can basically get your more traditional, basic tribals. So these are ones that are already in there. I mean, the Mayan one's always not 5 bad. You've got I think that was another Finn Balor. That was, I think, from the Cybernetic DLC from previous year. Some nice flames, and I think that's a Mayan stake. Or we can just be extremely basic, and we do and just go into design. You can do WWE ones, or you can just go like your sort of basic sort of options here. Like you can go the old broken skull, the clown. I mean, you're American, but you're not, American. So I don't think you'd want an eagle on your back.
You know what? Give me the Finn Balor one.
The which one? Have we gone past them?
You want go back down. Give me that dragon in the bottom corner right there.
That one?
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll stick left or right shoulder.
Right.
Right, easy. And let's of course get some colour through here. Yo, I can make it your skin colour. You can't even see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. More of like a dark forest green.
Dark forest green. So we'll go to the green that we've done earlier. Makes it a bit too black. Something like that. So, we'll zoom in so you get a better look at the colour.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Little dragon on the back. Right. So, and then your lower body appearance, that's if you want any like leg hair, any leg tattoos. Nothing along those lines?
Do you not have like hair on as an evolved?
Well, wrestlers shave their bodies by default because it's safe so they don't end up getting injured. Yeah. If you ever look at wrestlers, they're shaved completely bare because if you're doing any moves that involve lifting or throwing and you get a hair caught, I don't know if you've ever been hit by an epilator or you've been plucked, it is painful.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I just never thought about it.
Yeah. I mean, they still got hair. A lot of people have facial hair and everything that way. So obviously, basic clothing. Would you? This is bear in mind this is your entrance. You wouldn't want to wear like a. We could go.
Yeah, I'll pass.
You'll pass. So you don't want to. I mean, you can be the amazing bag man. Because I just listened to the Muses of Mythology's Spider-Verse one. I was like,
oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I could totally see that happening. I mean, there was that idea I originally had for you, which was the old Viscount Gimp. You can go like futuristic Charmin Rider, the old Viking Raiders.
I think I could rock a pumpkin head.
You think you'd rock a pumpkin head? I was up here. Or we can go. So you want to go for the?
Yeah. I would like to be able to see out of my pumpkin.
Yeah, I mean you can see out of that. What are you talking about?
No. The other one was just a full pumpkin on my head.
Which was out? Oh,
it was further up.
Oh, further up. Yeah. Another one. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there's no eye holes.
No. That's not really gonna help much.
You can get some headbands. Gobbledygooker. Or you can get. I always had this idea for yourself because you were like again designing like the head. Oh, actually having that on your head to because as I said in 2K22 you were the ex-MMA guy who'd come in. You were seasoned fighter. That sort of bit on the head there would always be an option. Or we could always be steampunk.
That is a pretty sick eye patch. Yeah.
Well, there was also the idea I had for you originally as the $1 Million Man, basically a rip-off Scrooge McDuck. But I mean, if you got it like that, you can kind of see you've got more of the. It kind of does mess with the hair, though. That's the only problem. You've now gone like completely bald up there.
Let's go with the eye patch.
Steampunk eye patch?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you can get options of like anything. If you want to wear a hoodie, yeah. I mean, we can obviously change a few things around, but there will. Because I did like that sort of.
A little too much gold on that one, I think.
Too much gold?
Yeah.
Well, if it said we can go into, of course, we can go into here. We can always change colours if need be. But I did actually. I just noticed that makes it way too pink, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to change one colour, but it just changes everything. But we can cross that bridge. Now, okay. Do you think you'd want to go for anything hooded on top, or would you just be okay with just your normal coat sort of style idea?
No, you know what? I don't want anything to distract from the eye patch.
This one, eye patch be front and center, so nothing else on the head. All right, upper body. Basically, that's what you're coming like when you're going to be coming in, so you can see the dragon tattoo there. I like the idea of keeping that hidden until the end.
Yeah.
But would you, again, if we go like jacket-wise, of course you can get some, I think maybe like a, something like that, short.
Not bad.
Little something short. Color-wise.
Oh, wait, no. Go back. I need a cape. I have to have a cape.
You have to have a cape?
Yes.
So we've got the option of the Baron Corbin when he was King Corbin. Or if I go into long, we've got the option for, I can't remember who that was, but we've got the Hurricane's cape, the terrible, the superhero, the Hurricane.
Not bad.
I think I've got this one I think was from this is from the Wasteland DLC. Now if I give you a cowboy hat, you'll be perfect at that. I'm sure we had.
That's too many things. I can't be a cowboy, a pirate, and a wasteland wanderer. I gotta pick a thing and stick with it.
Yeah, you got. No, you don't. You can have fun. You got. I've got the Ring General's jacket, which kind of looks a bit too over the board there. I know. I think you've got King. We have King Booker's in here somewhere. Hang on. If you want to go for that, why don't we just go old school?
Whoa,
Macho Man. The Macho Man. Or we can do. Or there's also the new one, which was done for Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. But if we're going to go, I think you know what, we'll go with the Baron Corbin look because it's sort of
yeah. I can work with that.
Now, color-wise, just leave it as it is.
Can you change the?
So that's going to be. So that's your trim there. So that's
okay, fine.
So leave that as it is.
Yeah.
Second color, I think that's your jewel. I think that's the jewel. That's the chain across. That's your chain across there. Can zoom in. So that's your chain and the like the rhinestones in there.
Yeah.
Have
the same color as the trim.
All right. So and then this is the first part of the cape. Not gonna lie, that for it. The greens, you got so if you want to, you can go sort of like a gold. That's sort of where you'll be going there. Any sort of preference for color there?
You know what? Make that a little bit darker the way it is right now.
So that darker, okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then we've got the bit in the middle there. So if we wanted to keep that as it is, or do you want to go sort of?
You know what? See if you can get the colors to a match up.
Oh, so each one that's the same color, easy. So that's just some colors, just like that.
Perfect.
All right, so leaving that as that one. We can always put an image on the back of it, but we can cross that later.
Okay.
Do you want to keep anything on the arm at all, or just leave those?
Let's see what we got.
So upper arms primarily, just like any sort of wristbands or anything along that way, or you can keep those. It said you don't really see it underneath the coat, the jacket, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
All right, I can just delete that. I can at least delete those for now. And you won't wear any elbow pads. You just be more, or would you? Because if you go, like, say for example, some nice gloves. If we go for gloves, for example, there was. Let's see if I can find them on here. Because if we're going to go for that, there was some set I really did like, which I think was under one of the WWE ones, which I think were designed for. Like, I say, oh no, that's the sock, wrong one. There was some, because you've got because there's of course the Celtic Cross ones, which I think is Sheamus's.
That's not bad.
And we can put them onto, and the best thing is because they fix that, you can actually just copy it onto both sides.
That's handy.
Yeah, so much easier. So that's and then lower body. Obviously, I've just got some basic trousers and
yeah, that's fine.
Boots. Just leave those as is. Not really.
Yeah, nah.
You don't want to get some nice booty shorts or Some Daisy Dukes.
The pants are fine where they are.
Pants are fine where they are. Title of your sex tape. Right. So we'll leave that as is. And then entrance-wise, we'll just keep everything. I can just be extra lazy. Copy that out. Copy. And if it's going to be doing this right, entrance and manager-specific parts are gone. So that just leaves everything that way. So you still got your eye patch. You still got everything that way.
Okay.
We're all fine on that front. Easy.
Yeah, perfect.
And then, do you want to bother editing your heel persona, or do you want to just keep the black mask-inspired outfit?
You know what? Let's do the black mask thing.
Leave it as is. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, of course, personal information. Annoyingly, because obviously, if you have to go to New York, they don't have a lot of places because New York is pretty big. It's not just the Isle of Manhattan. You've told me that so many times. Let me be ignorant. So, anyway,
let's see how. I guess Long Island, if that's as specific as they're going to get.
Basically, we got Albany, Armenia, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Buffalo, Chinatown, Fulton, Glens Falls, Harlem, Long Island, Manhasset, Mount Sinai, New York, Ozone Park, Queens, Rochester, Saratoga Springs, Scarsdale, Staten Island, Yonkers, Yorktown House, or just be from New York.
You know what? Just say Long Island. That's as close as it's going to get.
Yeah, you can't be too up for it. And then of course, as I said, keeping you as TK just isn't the way I know you. And then we get to my favorite part. Well, so that's that part of the episode part done, which is always great because it makes it so much easier. Of course, going to save. I'm also going to make sure because I know occasionally. Nope, we are still going, which is great. Just sometimes I do know that Elgato don't like recording for too long. It starts freezing the video. So we'll start with the entrance. So obviously your original entrance at the moment is based on Karrion Kross, which is the black and white silhouetted sort of. Well, you'll see when it comes through because it is one of my favorites for what they did for it. Annoying, you kind of the managered one, because otherwise managers would make it so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the sort of nice sort of black and white. Of course, the crowd noises. Obviously, if we were playing this with Creator Safe Mode off, you'd be able to hear the music, which is great, but I'm only like a few subscribers, so...
Yeah, I get you.
And we'll walk out, all imposing. But I think it kind of does suit. But yeah, there are some. It is a good entrance. We'll give credit where credit's due. But again, you put all that effort into the colour, you're just seeing yourself in black and white. It's a bit. It is a bit funny on that front. I can see just the crowd in the background is like, yeah, woo, let's go. Just said it is. Yeah, it is. That's there was another option I originally was going to have. I did have an idea for you, which, if I remember, no, then you kind of get that sort of fiery effect on there, so all nice and sort of red. Sort of losing your mind a bit. Is screaming fall and prey. There, of course, there is the other one. I had an idea for you. Would of course be fella himself. Oh fuck! I forgot to give you the neck. I forgot to give the neck accessory I wanted to give you. But Sheamus is a fight night. Although to be fair, this would also be AJ because Ginger. Mm. Sorry, AJ, if you ever do find this. And it does kind of fit the idea of that sort of. And there you go. You've got the.
Yeah, I got the shillelagh.
Yeah. And it kind of, and as I said, it's the whole idea is, fight night, and it's like sort of that. You've got that sort of New Yorky sort of neon city-like background, so it kind of does sort of suit. Good old fella. But yeah, there was the other one, which was Ridge Holland, who comes out with a nightstick, like the old-fashioned truncheon. But I think that kind of suits you a bit more.
Yeah, no, I'm liking this.
Yeah, bit more sort of. Look at me, I'm here for a fight. Yes, I look weird, but I'm going to kick your ass anyway. And then we'll go to, and of course, Victory, if we keep the same idea. There you are, right at the bottom there. Always fun to have. Making sure that water's still going fine. We'll go back down to Sheamus. So yeah, just
open the ropes, classic.
Yeah, just get everyone just to. It's a very short entrance because nowadays Sheamus has become like a trios wrestler with the rest of the Brawling Brutes, as they're called, which is him, Ridge Holland, and Butch, also known as Pete Dunne. Who I'm looking. So now we're going to go to your moveset. So because we're just going to be sort of somewhat lazy, if we're going to stick with, I normally just do we basically do the finishers and signatures. So we'll start with the signatures. If you were a wrestler, I mean, this is the one that you've got default, which is the Wicked Stepsister, which is a very nice reference to Candice LeRae being well. Because I was thinking, because using the standby line as the idea, there was one I wanted to do, which, I mean, it's not really something that you see a lot in. Well, I mean, you could technically see them. It's called Tour of the Islands, which is sort of a very nice.
Oh,
that's one. I like the idea of the Tour of the Islands because it kind of suits.
Right, that's good.
I'm also there was, and I'm thinking of doing. There's a few. I'm trying to think of something else that would suit. I mean, I could go for a because again, I know you from everything nerdy in your superhero background. There was one. I think it's a diving one, which is done, but I think it's a standing. God, there's so many you can. So it's top. No, it was. I've got dive versus standing opponent. It's called The Cape, which basically is a crossbody, which I thought kind of worked. We'll go for it.
Yeah, it gets the job done.
This is the old diving crossbody, and then of course your finishers. So this is where you are going to be, like how you intend to finish it. I mean, we can go your traditional sort of. I mean, Seventh Heaven, very good reference. I'm trying to see if I think of anything, because obviously when it comes to these sort of things, you as a wrestler, what would you want? Would you want to be the sort of person just, hit them, just kick them when they're down, go old school classic like the old Celtic war sword?
Oh, that I like.
That was a zombie DLC for 2K22. It was basically Sheamus dressed as like a survivor, going that way. So of course you got some very nice sort of ideas. There was one I did like because we got the old Steiner recliner, which is the camel clutch, honoring Sheiky Baby.
You know what? That just because it's today, I think we got to break them back and make it humble.
We're gonna go with the Steiner recliner.
Yeah,
break their back, make them humble, or just send them flying. Or there is one other one of those that I did have the idea. There was something else I wanted. There was another idea I had for you, which was no, it was. I can always keep that back, but this was the other. The other idea was it was somewhere. It was a T one. I saw it the other day. No, I've already done that one. I think it was tornado. Was it tornado bomb? That was the other one I had the idea for. Just throwing and flying. Or there was one other one. I'm still trying to decide because it was always that hard question what you want to do for someone.
Yeah.
I think it was it. No, it was shit. I'm trying to remember. Unless it's in signatures again, they change them half the time. So the old Superman punch to the spear. Or you can just go discount and just go old school super kick. Or there's this one, Summer Crush, but it's more female based. But I think we'll keep Celtic Warsword and Camel Clutch / Sana Recliner for Shiki. And I think one last thing we'll also do is just for it, we will. I think that's normally what we normally tend to do. But if you said, obviously, you're not much like most people who I've had on here, they don't know much about wrestling. Is there a wrestler that you are inspired to sort of have a moveset based on, except for your finishes and signatures? If you had to make a choice from what you know.
If I had to make a choice right now, I'd say like 90s Undertaker.
You want to go Undertaker moveset? Oh, look at that. Well, Undertaker 98, which is, if memory serves, back when he started being American Badass.
Yeah.
So that's of course. So of course you've got your. So for taunt wise, the prayer, and of course the angry.
Yeah.
The laugh. But that seems to be it. Obviously, we've made you. I've got Tamatsuki, so that's 2 people made. One for the female division, one for the male division. Hopefully, in the next wee while, we will be seeing. I'll be seeing some more episodes of this, as well as the series coming out, where hopefully Tim may get his chance to be world champion if he can. If he can survive. Well, I said the roster's already planned out. I've just got to make sure I've got enough people ready to go, and so it looks like. And I think in the first draw, it's you and AJ. And your first is going to be the first match.
AJ, I'm sorry, man. I love you, but you're a jabroni, and I'm gonna break you back and make you humble.
As he always will do. Break your back, make you humble. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, Tim. I really do appreciate it. And I said it's
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I said, do you want to give yourself a promotion? Like, hey, standby line. Where can we find you?
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We talk about theme parks and theme park related stuff. We've had Connor not on the main feed, but on the Patreon stuff. So if you enjoy this and you want to see more of this,
I did make a somewhat appearance in the main feed because I did the theme park, the Design Your Own Ride episode, I believe, where it was.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and I said Tim's an amazing guy. He's. Standby line is always a good thing to listen to on a long day to work, and I can always I'll big him up. He's a good guy. And he's always very, very, and the unedited stuff, mate. If you want to sign up to any Patreon, once I get mine up, I would like it. But his is amazing. Just listen to the unedited one.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of it gets weird.
Yeah, I mean, our episode when we're talking about Disney characters of Z&D. That was a good one.
I did enjoy that one.
That's all right. Well, once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Take care of each other and kia kaha. Be kind.
See you real soon.
Bye-bye.